What is up, hooligans? Happy freedom. Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Hooligans, where we try to make the news suck a little less. I appreciate all of you guys being here. I tried to wait for a moment with the waiting screen because we got some Trump stuff to cover, and we're not able to show that to YouTube because it's talking. Trump's got his own glockenspiel, okay? And we can't show that on YouTube because of the community guidelines. So we waited on the waiting screen for a little bit, hoping the hooligans would show up, because we're going to start with the Pledge of Allegiance today. That way everybody on YouTube can get the Pledge of Allegiance in with us before we cut off that communist platform and move forward showing the Trump goodness. And I knew yesterday, when I was playing the game yesterday, hooligans were showing up asking me if I saw that Trump bought a Glock. Apparently people thought he did, and all the blue team, soft and stupid people, lost their marbles because he's being charged with felonies, and because he's on bond for felonies, they thought he went and bought a new Glock. And oh man, I was waiting for another indictment to happen between now and then. So we're going to be talking about all of that stuff without YouTube, but of course I'll post the links and stuff so everybody on YouTube can come to a platform that doesn't hate their guts or their freedoms and can come see what I'm talking about. Anyways, let's read through the schedule really quick. We'll check the chats, make sure the chat's running. Then we're going to do the Pledge of Allegiance. By then there should be enough people here, and then we'll get stuff started. So we'll be starting off with a video titled Bezos Sends Biden a Message. I didn't realize Bezos owned the Washington Post. I also didn't realize that they were somehow connected to the CIA. But that's some speculation going on. It's a Jesse Waters video. Speculating that Bezos is sending a message to Biden that he's on his way out. Then we have a video titled There's Something Really Rotten Here. It's a Ingram Angle video where it is interviewing some people who legally migrated here 15 years ago, and now they're being told that they're going to be deported. But if they would have came across that southern border, they wouldn't have had to provide any paperwork. They'd be getting like $2,200 a month or something like that. And here's a Red Cross blanket, a new pair of Jordans. What size of Jordans do your kids need? And it'd been a situation like that, and we'd be footing the bill. But because they did it legally, they're getting kicked out. We'll be covering that second. Then we have a video titled 2 individuals arrested for ammunition found near the White House. That video is very short. It's only 47 seconds long, but I didn't know you couldn't have ammunition like in Washington, D.C. or so. I don't know. There's something weird about it. I don't understand what they did wrong, and we're going to discuss that. That's why that's on the roster. Then we'll be wrapping things up on YouTube side of things with this last video titled How Will Old Man Walter and the Orange Eagle fare in the union crowds? Because they're both going to the UAW. It's an entertaining video because they got a soft, stupid person being interviewed, and then we have an obvious ultra super MAGA Trump supporter at the same time being interviewed on opinions, whether how old man Walter is going to do at the union over in Detroit versus how the Orange Eagle is going to do. And it's good. It's good. The soft and stupid person on there, he's gonna flare you up, okay? I'll tell you right now, you're gonna get triggered by that guy. And then we got 2 videos that have to do with the Orange Eagle. One is showing him checking out the Trump Glock. We don't get a great view of it, but he's sitting there taking pictures, and it's all good and grand. And then we have a video of propaganda. Nothing too special, but just kind of pointing out how everybody was super concerned that he was near a firearm and he's being charged with felonies, and they had 911 on speed dial. They were ready to call on him and all of that good stuff, because I didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't realize that everybody was getting, pushing their man pawns out over that. I didn't think it was that big of a deal, but either way, I'm going to read through the chats really quick, make sure everything is running smoothly, then we're going to do the Pledge of Allegiance. I'm reminding myself as much as I'm informing all of you. Where does the chat start today? Right here. What's up, Donna Sparks? You were first. What's up, everyone, over on jeffmaclive.com. What's up, Hair Juicer? Hopefully you got my email. I emailed you. I think today I'll be able to get my P.O. box. There's like 3 or 4 people trying to send me stuff right now, and I don't have a P.O. box. My P.O. box expired. So I need to shuttle off some doll hairs and get a new one. Hopefully we'll be able to do that after the live today. What's up, Annette? Happy freedom. What's up, Faded? Appreciate you being here. What's up, Sam? Happy freedom, you hooligans. Everybody taking advantage of posting GIFs. We have the best chat over on the website. If you guys don't know, we changed the chat out over on the website. So you can post memes and GIFs, and we'll have custom emojis soon. We'll have our names organized in some sort of like scoreboard system, almost like how it is over on Gilded. It's pretty awesome. You guys should go check it out over on jeffmaclive.com. What's up, everyone over on Rumble? Happy freedom. Get everything all situated here. What's up, Serum? What's up, Jeffro? Faded, you're omnipresent. What's up, Screaming Eagle? What's up, 10 Man? What's up, Ghostly? What's up, Speedy Girl? Appreciate all of you hooligans being here. What's up, Jeb? What's up, Elisa? What's up, Astral Hammer? Oh, I want to remind all of you hooligans, I can't remember if I made one on the website. I'm going to make one on the website, but we have a channel on Gilded. I'm going to look it up because I can't remember what I named it. But it's kind of a Where's Walter situation. It is called Where's Walter. It's not in the right place. I need to move it. But if you spot Old Man Walter anywhere, I want you to post your picture or video in that channel. I'm gonna make one on the website. Not right now. I'm not going to. I'll do it after the live. But I just moved it on Gilded. It's at the very bottom of the list of channels on Gilded. If you spot Old Man Walter somewhere, post it in there, and then on Fridays we're going to show off all the spottings of where we found Walter. I showed you guys, I think it was last Friday. I'll show you the image again because we spotted him. I spotted him at Walmart. He was scaring Walmart goers, and it was bad. Okay, it was real bad. So I don't know if you guys remember, but I spotted him. I caught him, snapped a real quick picture. It was like I was catching Pokemon, and I skedaddled up out of there before the receipt checker could stop me at the door and hassle me over my hooligan hoodie. She'll let everybody pass, but as soon as she sees me and it's got the guns, the ARs, and the hooligan logos, oh no, they always stop me. Need to make sure I'm paying for that kitty litter and stuff, not smuggling it out of the store or anything. Snapped the picture of Old Man Walter. I was out of there before he could sniff me really hard. So if you guys spot Old Man Walter, I got a place for you guys to post it. We're going to be showing it off on Fridays. I will provide a place on the website for you guys to post it. If you don't know, all the groups on the website can be accessed through the messaging system, which I find is easier. So if you guys are resistant to the group system on the website, there is an easier way. Well, we're going to check everything on Rumble, or not Rumble, Odyssey. Odyssey's been having problems, but I think they're doing updates. I think that's what's going on. Yesterday we were live, and we were live twice yesterday, and we weren't even supposed to be live. But it seems like everything's running smoothly now, which is good. What's up, Salty Ragu? What's up, Prison Hug? Happy freedom, you hooligans. What's up, Snooks? If I didn't already say hi to you 3 or 4 times. That's how it goes. Appreciate you guys being here. What's up, everyone over on Kick? Happy freedom. What's up, Ghostly? What's up, DeRosa? Appreciate you guys being here. Kick is also updating all the time, so I always got to change my setup. Good to go now. What's up, everyone over on Twitch? Happy freedom. What's up, Mr. Beansy Beans? What's up, Kirk Allen? Happy freedom. What's up, Grey Wolf? Why do they make all of your names the same color today? I can't differentiate all of you hooligans. Appreciate you guys being here. Mr. Beansy Beans, speaking of Old Man Walter, need to go take a Biden pretty soon. Well, don't hurt yourself. Come on, man. What's up, all hooligans over on GoofTube? Let me get you that Rumble link. Let me help you guys out. What's up, AB? Happy freedom. Showed up just in time. We're about to do the pledge. Let's see. If I could spell, it would help a lot. They need to make that like an after-school special for kids. Just show me sitting here failing, trying to spell over and over again. If I could read, it would help a lot. Kids are like, I don't want to be like that bald guy. No, sir. Better learn to read today. All right, hooligans. As I stated before, we got Trump in a glockenspiel at the end of the live today, and we can't show that on YouTube, and I don't like when hooligans miss out on the Pledge of Allegiance. So because we'll be cutting off things on YouTube early today, we're going to do the Pledge of Allegiance right now. All right, hooligans, please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. We did the thing. So like I said, hopefully I didn't mute myself. I hope I didn't mute myself. I'll know when I flip to the chats and you guys are like, we can't hear you. We'll figure it out. Either way, we're going to be starting off with this first video. Bezos sends old man Walter a message. Before we get that started, I want to remind you, get you a free The Orange Eagle t-shirt. We got t-shirts for men and women. So if you got boobies or you don't have boobies, we got shirts for you. Tank tops. We're working on the fanny packs. I know you guys want those fanny packs. We're working on it. Coffee mugs and all kinds of cool stuff. Go check it out. If this isn't your style, you can go get you a Scream the Orange Eagle. Screaming Goat. I always say Screaming Orange Eagle or Screaming Eagle. It's the Screaming Goat, okay? You know what I'm talking about. Getting tongue-tied here. Got a Happy Freedom shirt on today. You can check out all that cool stuff at the merch store. I will drop the link in the chat while you guys are enjoying this first video here. Let's go ahead and get her started.
When the Washington Post sent CIA mouthpiece David Ignatius to warn Joe Biden not to run for re-election, we figured it was because they knew impeachment was going to air their dirty laundry. Or maybe the agents who deliver the president's briefing saw up close with their own eyes that Joe was on his last legs and there was a risk Kamala Harris was going to be in the Oval at any moment. The column rocked Washington, but it wasn't enough to jar loose the ticket. As of right now, Joe Biden is still running for the Democrat nomination. And things cannot get any worse.
Two of the great artists of our time representing the groundbreaking legacy of hip-hop in America, LL Cool J. By the way, that man's got biceps bigger than my thighs.
The president can't say LL Cool J and calls him boy. But if you don't vote for him, you ain't black. So the power brokers are going to have to give the big guy another nudge. Over the weekend, the Washington Post sent another shockwave through the Capitol. If Ignatius has left Brett Baer's Windsor tot unraveled for the first time, well, this blew Brett's whole blazer off. The Washington Post polled Donald Trump beating Joe Biden by 10 points. That's a Ronald Reagan 49-state landslide. So the president is trying to throw the guy he's running against in prison. Does it have anything to do with the polls?
Polls are polls, right? They are going to be all over the place. They are going to...
KJP likes her polls all over the place.
Tell the whole story, actually. And that is just the way a poll is.
The polls actually do tell the whole story because Donald Trump was indicted this spring the second he started polling ahead of Biden. And the media reported this new Washington Post poll like they were covering a funeral.
Martha, these numbers are simply staggering for the sitting president. 44% of people in this poll say they are not as well off as they were at the start of the Biden administration 2.5 years ago. Those are the worst numbers that we've seen in our ABC News Washington Post polling. But whether you believe that or not, look, there's a good chance that there's people just trying to send a message in the polling right now, given the other frustration we've seen.
Oh, there's someone sending a message. It's not just the country. The owner of the Washington Post, Jeff Bezos, is sending a message. The world's third richest man has joined the CIA to move the Democrat machine against Biden. But why? Bezos is a Democrat, right? Sure. But this is about business. Joe Biden ran on breaking up Amazon.
Elizabeth Warren has talked about trying to break up Amazon. Would you seek to break that company up?
I think Amazon should start paying their taxes, okay? I don't think any company, I don't give a damn how big they are, the Lord Almighty should absolutely be in a position where they pay no tax and make billions and billions and billions of dollars. Come on, man. That's not the capitalist system.
Besides going after the intelligence agencies, going after the monopolies is the most dangerous move in D.C. Tomorrow, we expect the Biden administration to file a massive antitrust lawsuit against Jeff Bezos. Biden's lawsuit against Amazon would bust up Bezos' $1.3 trillion empire. But Bezos has another reason to put Biden out to pasture. When Amazon workers tried to unionize, the president sided with Amazon workers.
That's what unions are about, in my view, about providing dignity and respect for people who bust their neck. By the way, Amazon, here we come.
By the way.
That was a declaration of war. And Bezos has gone behind Biden's back now and formed an alliance with the CIA. You don't pit the unions against Bezos and try to break up his monopoly without paying a price. And Bezos has had the CIA in his back pocket for years. Amazon and the intelligence agencies have billions in contracts. Software, cloud, surveillance. Amazon's board is stacked with former intelligence professionals ready to do Bezos' bidding. And Bezos wants Biden gone. That poll was a push poll, as in push Joe Biden off a cliff. And all the billionaires are in on it. Bill Gates says global warming's an exaggeration. Tim Cook says he's going to keep advertising on Twitter. Musk has moved right. And now Bezos has put a fatwa out on the big guy. Hillary knows the donor class better than anyone, can smell a loser, and is already blaming Biden's loss on Russia.
I don't think, despite all of the deniers, there's any doubt that he interfered in our election. Part of the reason he worked so hard against me is because he didn't think that he wanted me in the White House. The Russians have proved themselves to be quite adept at interfering, and if he has a chance, he'll do it again.
Hillary, nobody wanted you in the White House.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe.
Well, I figured we'd warm up with a Jesse Waters video. We covered the Hillary thing yesterday. I didn't know Jeff Bezos owned all that stuff. I didn't know he was a part of the Washington Post and all that. I just didn't know that. Wasn't in the know. Hair juicer, that's awesome. That is awesome. Jeff Bezos. I'm trying to think the last time I even heard anything about him. Maybe he was being summoned to Congress or something. No. That was Twitter. That was the other guy. I can't even think of his name right now. I don't know. Secret stuff going on. Matthew, one big club. Yep. And old man Walter sounds like he's getting pushed out. He must have sniffed one of somebody else's kids or something. Faded. I like how direct you are, Faded. That's something I really like about you. I'm that kind of way too. You gotta just call it like you see it. Smelly prostitute. I like that. Calling her out. What's up, M. Dot? Happy freedom. Happy to see you over on Rumble. What's up, D-Cat? Appreciate you being here. God bless. Just reading through the chat really quick before we move forward. Guess some J. I'm thinking Jeff Bezos and Jeff Mack use the same barber. Well, see, the thing is we should use the same barber. I cut my own hair and I charge a lot. So you let him know. You let Jeff Bezos know. He needs to get his hair done right. I seen some issues there. I'll hook him up for a good deal. Just $12,000 a week. I should do it. Should cover most of the costs. We do accept tips over here. In the form of cash. Thank you very much. Before you guys get your little Twitter fingers going on saying a bunch of funny stuff, only accept tips in cash. Okay, you let me know, Matthew. Get the clippers. Yep, I do good. I do good work. You let them know. Send them a little email or something. Salty Ragu, Mac Jeff, JJ Mac, Hooligan. Why'd I sound like old man Walter when I was saying it? Is it because I'm white? Did it just come out like that? I don't know. Come on, man. How do you mess up LL Cool J? It doesn't even sound like anything else. It's letters, for God's sake. He just screwed it all up. Bringing it back. Salty Ragu says there's a 97% chance of hitting the bong. You should be the hooligan weather guy. We should just cut away for a moment. We'll have Salty Ragu do the weather really quick. He just blows a cloud into the sky and then we cut back. Small chance of rain. Sounds like a plan. We'll keep that in mind when we're at the drawing board, looking for new ways to improve the show. What's up, Cat's Eye? Happy freedom. What's up, Dan? Seen you sneak in over on the website. Appreciate you being here. We need to start making chapstick t-shirts. Everybody's always bringing up the chapstick. Mr. Beansy Beans, just like she loves her scissoring. I know, coming out smelling like spice, like hot spice. Everybody talking about man boobs. I don't suggest you buy a woman's shirt just because you got the moobs going on. I was just pointing out for those that got the boobs and not the moobs that I acknowledge your boobs and I made you t-shirts. Because I'm considerate. I'm considerate like that. What's up, Ren America? Happy freedom. You hooligans crack me up. Hold up, what is... Somebody said those are Democrat prices. Robert. No, that is not, okay? That's a fair price. I give good haircuts. I'm sorry you can't afford a haircut from me. I guess you're not qualified. For it. I don't know what to tell you. 12,000 or whatever I said. That's a fair price. That's a fair price. You blame Biden, okay? That's that Bidenomics at work. That's why I charge so much for them hair prices. I got to keep up with inflation. Don't you judge me? Judge me over hair prices. You've never been so smooth on top. What are you talking about? Call me out like that. Pfft, Democrat prices. Come on, man. We're gonna move forward to this next video. It's titled, "There's Something Really Rotten Here." Let's get this pulled up. This is a Ingram Angle video, and like I mentioned before, these two individuals have a family. They moved here 15 years ago legitimately. They just got a call from somebody letting them know, hey, probably gonna have to kick you out. You didn't come here illegally, so we're probably gonna have to kick you out and you'll just have to try again. That's where we're at. Let's get this started.
All right, now to what may be yet another disturbing aspect of the Democrats' immigration scheme. As the Democrats are flinging open the border to migrants from countries like Venezuela, could they be discriminating against others from Western Europe who actually have legitimate grounds for asylum? Well, consider this case of the German couple who left their homeland 15 years ago after being fined for homeschooling their children. Yeah, homeschooling is a crime there. Well, the Ramaki family says that police dragged their children out of their home and forced them into a school. So the parents were worried they were going to lose custody, and they fled to the United States seeking asylum. In 2014, after legal proceedings, they said they were given the okay by officials here to remain. But then earlier this month, they got a call from immigration officials basically telling them to pack their bags and get ready to leave. Uva and Hannah Loreko and Mike, sorry, I'm messing up. Ramika, sorry, join me now. Great to see both of you. Uva, I understand that you have 2 weeks to return to the local immigration office, the ICE office. Then what?
Yeah, we are supposed to come back in 2 weeks from now to show our passports, renewed passports, to be ready to self-remove our family back to Germany.
Well, Hannah, are you watching this play out at the border of the United States, where people, 500,000 Venezuelans, have already been given work permits without any examination of their claims for asylum, no investigation at all of their claims, yet they're being given temporary protective status. What do you think about that?
Yeah, it is interesting. You know, we try to do it the right way, and we don't get the right to stay here or to immigrate. And now for 15 years, we fight for that right. And it seems there are two faces to this administration.
Well, Uva, do you think you're being discriminated against here because of your cultural views, your religious outlook? Obviously, you decided to homeschool your children because of concerns about government-run schools. Do you think there's a double standard here, at the very least?
Well, of course, we don't know exactly the motivation they want us to leave the country right now. But if that were the case, if they want us to be deported because of homeschooling, then there would be discrimination, and that would be a bad thing. But America used to be a free country, and people from all over the world immigrated here to seek freedom. And we initially got freedom. We got asylum granted by a judge in Tennessee, and it was then the administration at that time, 12 years ago, that revoked it and turned it down. So we are sad that that happened, but we hope and believe that there will be a change.
I mean, it seems like your case, at least from everything I understand about your case, and I've read extensively about it, seems like it's the classic case of persecution for your, religious views. I mean, that is what asylum was designed for people like you. And yet people like you are being told, bye, essentially. There's something really rotten about this. Uva and Hanalare, thank you so much, and sorry for botching your name. I appreciate it.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page.
It is so difficult to get Sean Hannity to shut the hell up at the end of the video. I don't know why. I don't know why YouTube videos are like that, playing those stupid clips at the end. Could you imagine leaving your home country because of government-run schools? You don't want your kids to be in them. They don't let you homeschool. They force them into the school, and you don't like what's happening there. So you come here. You live here for 15 years. You pretty much watch the country just decline into the crap hole that it is now. And now you got to worry about... The schools here, I can't imagine, are doing much better than what they fled from. I don't know that they're turning their wieners inside out and encouraging students to also participate in that overseas, but I know that's what's happening here, on top of teaching kids to be ashamed of their skin color, things like that. You have the ability to homeschool here. 15 years later, they're telling you that you're about to be shipped out, that you're no longer welcome here. While we're having a full-blown invasion going on at the southern border with free handouts, free iPhones, checks every month, food stamps, housing, bus rides, plane tickets to wherever you want to go, as long as you're here illegally. That's so messed up. That's so messed up. That's got to be so heartbreaking for them. And it's got to feel like, it's got to take all the wind out of your sails. Where do you go from here? If this is the land of the free and you're not welcome here, then where do you go? How do you fix this? Like, 15 years you left your country. Now you got to go back. How do you do that? How do you do that so unexpectedly? There's people who can't move to another county. How do you move back to another country? Just gotta go. You're getting deported. I don't know. It's wrong. Matthew, they're coming for us too. Yeah, well, they're replacing us right now. That's what they're doing. That's why they're letting the border wide open. So every time one of us gets knocked off the list, well, there's somebody already there. They might have to force those people to get paperwork and start paying taxes, but they're already here. They don't have to worry about us making babies or anything like that. They're just importing other humans to work in our place. But they got to get them on paperwork in order to pay taxes. I really think it's not even about taxes anymore. I think that these people are printing their own money at this point. They don't need our tax dollars. It's kind of an outdated system that's just constantly running at this point. And really, we're at the point of control. They can't control us because we know our rights and we're willing to band together if they push us hard enough. But if they just knock us off one by one until there's just our replacements left, those people don't have rights. They're not even legitimately here. They're not going to stand for their rights or unite. They're also not legally armed. Eventually, they'll just have sheep in the pen. And it won't be about the money because they're already printing their own money. And they'll be able to control those people because they don't have any rights to stand on because they're not even supposed to be here. It's like we're kind of going back before the Civil War. We just don't know it yet. They're going to cycle us out. They're going to leave them here when it's only them here. They won't have any rights. They'll just be controlled. And no one's going to feel bad for them because no one even knows they're here. I don't know. It's not good. I know that. That's one thing you can know for sure is that it's not good. And you got Jehovah's Witnessing. You tell them. They can come witness us. They can come hang out. Maybe we'll change their perspective. It'll be fine. We're all in this together. Prison hug. But man, Walter, he said it was secure. Yeah, I know. He sure does. KJP, every day, she's willing to argue to the death. That's the hill she's willing to die on. That border is closed. Well, she must be talking about a different border. It's not us. DeRosa, $2,200 a month per parent and child, per adult and child that says they're the parent. And that's a scary situation too. You know, most of those kids are being trafficked. They're probably high dollar for the cartel. They're like, hey, you want to go to America? You're going to need to buy this $1,500 accessory to walk with you. Otherwise, they'll turn you away. Oh my God, it's no good. It's no good. Let's read through the chat really quick before we move forward. What the heck? I don't know what's going on over on Twitch. You guys are fighting your own battles over there. Robert, FTC in 17 states. What is AG? Attorney General just filed against Amazon for inflating prices. I don't know. I'd have to know more about it to really give an opinion about that. They have the right to raise their prices just like everybody else does. That doesn't mean we have to pay for it, though. I hate buying stuff from Amazon. Some stuff that I get is okay, but a lot of stuff I buy just ends up being cheap crap. Like, I get it, and it's not even worth it. Like, it would have been more worthwhile to make the trip to Walmart in a lot of situations. Unless I'm getting, like, specific items that I know are awesome, like these microphones. These are, like, brand new microphones. I believe Cassandra sent me these. These are made by Rode, and these are, like, wireless microphones. I think this one's the receiver, but the microphone looks just like it. You can pin it to your shirt. So if we go to flag walks and stuff like that, we'll have crystal clear audio. I also got these for shooting ASMR videos because I go on like nature walks and go capture stuff because I live in paradise and I should take advantage of that kind of stuff. But items like that come from Amazon are great because they're not really from Amazon. They're being sold through a credible company like Rode Microphones through Amazon because the customers are staying in there. You know, you want your products at Walmart because there's always traffic. So companies like that use Amazon are fine, but a lot of stuff is just Chinese crap. You know, just made 50 cents and some 20-year-old here in America got conned by a YouTube video and they bought 300 of these 30-cent fidget spinners and they're selling them over on Amazon for $15 each trying to make a buck, and you get it and it's some Chinese crap that falls apart before the day's over, and that's, you know, that's how it goes. That's how it goes. But either way, I don't know that they can actually come for them for that. I would like to see the government file a lawsuit against Walmart for charging $13 for chicken. That's what I want to see. The food costs too much, and it shouldn't. It shouldn't. We have the right to access of food, whatever the government people said. We have the right to food. It's not a human right, with just the access to it, not to actually have it, which is why they don't feed homeless people anymore. So we're going to move on to this next video. It's very short, but I don't really understand the wrongdoing here. It's titled, 2 individuals arrested for ammunition found near the White House. Now that sounds big and scary, especially if you're against guns, things like that. You're like, oh no, the bullets could have got up and killed everybody on their own. But was the ammunition wearing a seatbelt? Stuff like that. I don't know. I don't understand the wrongdoing here. We're going to listen to this. You guys think of what did they actually do wrong? Because that's my big question here.
Hey, Peter, real quickly. So there were some people arrested at the White House last night. Can you tell us what happened there?
Yeah, pretty close to the White House. If you walked out the Northwest Gate here, just to the end of Pennsylvania, you cross the street, you're at 15th, and between 14th and 15th on G Street, which is right next to some famous restaurants over there, some officers on patrol walked by a car. They noticed some ammunition in plain view. Ooh. They waited for the folks to come back, and they arrested them. We don't know anything about these people, but we do know from the Secret Service that there was no interruption to protection here at the White House while this was happening.
That's good. I'm Steve Doocy. I'm Brian Kilmeade.
Like I said, it was a very short video. I don't understand the wrongdoing here. Can you not have ammunition in your car? Can you not have ammunition in Washington, D.C.? Zero, no guns allowed in D.C.? Like, at all, you cannot own firearms in D.C.? Wow, Ghostly, that's crazy. Why have such a threat against Andy Ngo? The Democrats in Richmond, VA threatened to do something really bad to Andy Ngo. Not in DC. Wow. So if you're a resident in DC, you just cannot have guns at all. You can't. You forfeit your right to firearms if you're in DC. No knives, guns, ammo, or magazines. Wow. I did not know that. Why would you ever want to live in DC? No wonder crime's so bad there. How do they even explain that? Crime is terrible in DC and you're not supposed to have guns there. I bet you there's gun crime there. I guarantee there's gun crime in DC where you can't have guns. DC is a gun-free zone. I did not know that. I did not know that. That's crazy. That's crazy. I don't know why anybody would go to DC. That's wild. That's wild. I did not know that. Because I watched that video and I'm like, so? There was ammo in plain sight. Yeah. That's what people would say when they walk by the Subaru, because they can't believe somebody drives a Subaru and has gun rights at the same time. Is that ammunition on the floor? It is. It is in the center console, in the glove box. I get pulled over. The officer's like, yeah, I need to see your registration. And like, yeah, let me just move the 9mm out the way. I'm like, come on, man. I'm never going to DC. I didn't know it was like that. I don't know. That just blows my marbles back. I'll never go to DC. I think everybody should escape DC while they can. What's up, Adrian? Happy freedom. Thanks for being on the website. I don't know. Guess I'm a registered ammo offender. Me too. Me too. It makes me think, because one time I was traveling to Canada because I thought I could go there. On my way there, I was starting to remember I had 223 casings or something like that, or maybe it was 30-06. I don't know what they were. They were casings that I had found on the ground while I was wandering to my car, because I go walk trails and stuff like that, and I'd found these casings on the ground and I picked them up. I had my center console and I was driving to the Canadian border through Detroit, I was taking the Windsor Tunnel, and on the way there I was like, I probably shouldn't have these, and I'm like pushing them out the window like ka-tink, ka-tink, ka-tink down the freeway as I'm driving. It's like 6 to 8 shells or something like that. They were spent. They weren't, live ammo or anything like that. But I almost tried to cross the border with that stuff, and I don't know what I was thinking. That was before I almost got fingered and all of that. I was stopped at customs. I'm never allowed to go to Canada. I don't really know why, but I can't go there. I'm not a felon, but I can't go there. So I almost made it a lot worse for myself trying to bring casings across the border there. I didn't know about DC. I didn't know about that. That could have easily been the same thing. I could have went to go visit the Soft and Stupid over in DC to see what it's like to shit in the streets and stuff, because I've never seen that. And they could have stopped me, could have had casings in the car, taser all over again. I'm lucky I didn't, I didn't know these things. I learn a lot with you hooligans. I don't know if you guys realize that. So we're going to move on to this next video. It's titled, How Will Old Man Walter and the Orange Eagle Fare in the Union Crowds? I think Old Man Walter just heard that the Orange Eagle was going to be in Detroit and decided to make a trip. And I seen someone say this, and I can't remember who it was, but I seen someone say in the chat that Old Man Walter can make it to Michigan. He can't make it to Ohio, though. Still ain't made it to Ohio. I'm going to read through the chat really quick before we get this started here. DCat. I don't know if there's a typo there or what. Don't tease me, bro. It works for both, though. It works for both. Old BR, he did that before too. Yeah, Old Man Walter, he keeps an eye on the Orange Eagle, because every time something bad happens to Hunter, he's got to hurry up and make a phone call, make sure that Orange Eagle gets indicted the very next day. Got to throw some smoke screen up there before people acknowledge that the Biden name is privilege for corruption. Let's read through the chat really quick before we get this video started. What's up, AJ? Happy freedom. Thanks for joining Rumble. Oh, Ghostly, you tagged me on Gilded. Thank you. Thank you. I will check it out after the live. Serum, I didn't get fingered, and I don't know if that's because, like, I didn't have a French accent like the people at the customs. I don't know if it's because I wasn't pretty enough, because everyone I've told this story to, they all got fingered when they crossed the border. I got locked in a cement and steel room with TVs. I was watching, like, women's basketball, and I was acting like I was really interested because I was concerned that they were never going to let me out of that room again. But I have a disorderly charge because I was poisoned at a bar, and so I was yelling for help because I needed help, and it was wintertime, and I don't really remember anything because I was drugged. And yelling for help, I was arrested. And when I was arrested, well, an officer showed up. I told him I needed a ride home. I need to go home. I've been drinking. Something's wrong. I don't know what happened. I don't know where I am. He said, I got you. Put your hands behind your back. Took me to jail. I woke up in jail. I don't know what happened. They told me a long, funny story of how I got booked. And once I could blow zeros, they said I was 3 or 4 times over the legal drinking limit, and they didn't know how I wasn't suffering from alcohol poisoning. I told them I didn't even feel hungover. I didn't even know what they were talking about. It's because I was drugged and all this other stuff. Regardless of that, I tried to fight the ticket because I thought yelling for help wasn't a crime. And the police report, that's all it says, is that I was outside in the cold, blue, covered in ice, with a dead phone, with a cracked screen, and I was screaming for help. And so they arrested me for that. I fought the charges, so it was no longer a ticket. It was now a misdemeanor. And they forced me to be guilty on that. The judge decided I was guilty of disorderly. I had to pay $500 in fines. I got time served for 24 hours in jail. That's it. So it's permanently on my record. Well, in Canada, that's a 10-year felony, and I'd be facing 10 years in prison over that charge. And because of that, I am never allowed to go to Canada again. So don't yell for help, okay? Just die instead, because otherwise it'll screw your whole life up, okay? That's all I got for you for advice. It's not legal advice. I'm not an attorney, but that's my fatherly advice. If you need help, stop it. You're not getting help. Not if it's from the police. They'll take you to jail. Anyways, let's get this started. Once again, this is how will Biden and Trump fare in union crowds?
Joining us now, we have Ashley Hayek, Chief Engagement Officer at the America First Policy Institute, and also Democratic strategist Kai von Schroff. Thank you both for joining us this morning. Kai von, let me start with you. President Trump was the first to announce his rally with striking auto workers on Wednesday. Do you think that made President Biden feel pressured? And would we even have seen him go today if it weren't for Trump's visit?
Not at all. I think, Trump had to announce that because he doesn't want to show up at the GOP debate happening tomorrow. Joe Biden.
But he also doesn't need to.
Joe Biden has centered his campaign around being the most pro-union president in history, and how better to cap that off than showing up and making history by standing on the picket lines with these striking workers.
Mm-hmm. Ashley, President Trump won Michigan in 2016, lost it in 2020. What kind of impact could both presidents' visits have on voters there? And does one of these men, one of these presidents, stand to gain more than the other here?
Yeah, I think it's really hard to argue that you're the most pro-union or pro-worker president when you are mandating electric vehicles, which will ultimately eliminate 50% of American auto manufacturing jobs. The minerals that are needed for these batteries for EVs are coming from China. 80% of them are coming from China. So when you are offshoring our jobs, when you are cutting 50% of the workforce, you are no longer the most pro-worker president. Now, what's interesting about this politically is if you go back to 2016, when the EPA was trying to overregulate coal, that was when there was a huge opportunity for then candidate Trump to come into the scene in places like West Virginia and Pennsylvania and really pick up a lot of that union support. And the fact that you have a government that is overreaching yet again, it really presents a unique opportunity for President Trump to come in and really win over the hearts of these American workers.
Yeah, and Ashley, you bring up a great point that Kai von, I want to ask you about, and that's the green energy part of this. President Biden has touted himself as the most pro-union president in history, but it's impossible to ignore how his stance on green energy transitioning to electric vehicles would slash thousands of jobs for those who build internal combustion engines. UAW president, Sean Fain, has even said he won't endorse Biden yet because of that. So how does President Biden walk that line today? And quite literally, too.
Sure. I think the gift of Joe Biden has been his ability to bring people along with him. And yes, he certainly has a harder task than Trump, can go down there and just sort of serve up his greatest rambling hits. Biden will have to make the case of how he's going to both protect the unions, protect those jobs, and also bring everyone along to have a piece of our future, our hopefully climate responsible future, our digital future, all of it. It all goes together. And I think it's worth pointing out, since we're talking about, track records here, Donald Trump blamed the UAW for the auto industry's near collapse during the financial crisis. Joe Biden points to that same moment as an example of where the UAW and the union stood up to save the industry. So that tells you really everything you need to know about the two different positions the president and the former president have.
And Ashley, I had just brought up that the UAW president has said he won't endorse Biden yet. I have to be fair and say he's not endorsing anyone yet. He's also said he won't endorse Trump at this time, because how can millionaires, billionaires know and fix the problems of the working class? Your response to that, and is this truly the right battle for President Trump to choose this week?
Yeah, I think right now, but another big issue is that when you have $9 billion from the federal government going to Ford, you see the amount of money that the president, the leadership, the union leadership has spent to lobby Democrat politicians who are really writing them off into extinction. It shows that there's a disconnect between the union leaders and the union workers. And I think that the people that this President Trump is trying to win over are really the union workers here at the end of the day, whether or not he gets that endorsement. However, I think that if I were a member of the Democrat Party in Michigan right now, I would be very, very nervous that we don't have another 2020 Joe Biden moment where he shows up in Michigan and meets with auto workers and tells one of them that they're full of shit.
Mm-hmm. And let me get the last word from both of you, because we don't have that much longer here. But historically, UAW presidential endorsements have gone to Democrats, and the candidate also marching alongside union leaders in the Detroit Labor Day parade. Who's going to get the official endorsement, and how much influence does a union endorsement actually have on the rank and file members inside the voting booth come 2024? Ashley, I'll end with you and then go to Kaivan.
Like I said, I don't think the actual endorsement is the ultimate end game here. I think what it really is going to matter is that President Trump showing up and reaching to the American worker, because those are the people that represent, those 85,000 people who would eventually lose their jobs due to the Biden administration. So that's the people he's going to connect with when he shows up in Michigan.
Yeah. Kaivan?
I think it's convenient for Ashley to say the endorsement doesn't matter because Trump doesn't have a chance of getting it, I believe. The UAW endorsed Joe Biden in 2020. They're going to endorse him again, is my prediction. He has absolutely delivered on his pledges for supporting unions.
Okay, we'll see how the next 2 days play out. I'll end it there. Ashley Hayek and Kaivan Troth, thanks so much for your time this morning.
Thank you for watching. Go to
Well, the flamboyant fella is obviously soft and stupid. I mean, you could tell right when he got on camera, but as soon as he was talking about how all the great things old man Walter's ever done in his life, I think he was a Fed boy. Or he's crushing on him. He's crushing old man Walter. He's taking it. He asked his boyfriend, hey, just call me Walter. Call me Walter. I don't know. I don't know how you could defend him in any kind of way. Old man Walter has never done anything good for us. I haven't heard one good thing that he's done. Except, well, he's done two good things. One was calling Trump MAGA King. That was pretty good. And then MAGAnomics, which just happened last week or so. Those are the two greatest things that old man Walter's ever done in his life is come up with those two phrases. I keep those phrases near and dear to my heart. Okay, so other than that, he hasn't done anything. And then acting like those people, I don't know, supporting old man Walter really means a whole lot of anything. You see how Michigan went in 2020. It didn't go very well. So having the little sign on by auto people, what does that mean? It doesn't mean a whole bunch of nothing. It doesn't mean anything. I think that those people are going to be totally excited to see the Orange Eagle. Because everybody that sees the Orange Eagle is excited. Whether you like them or you hate them, you just see energy flowing from those people. Old man Walter doesn't get a whole bowel movement going. He doesn't have nothing going for him. Like a lot of people say, he couldn't fill a Porta-John worth of supporters. He's not. He's going to stand on the picket line so he can talk about how he's the most union president ever because he's standing with people holding union signs. It's going to look good for the photo op. He knows that because Trump's going there. So it's nothing. It's a photo op for old man Walter. For Trump, he's just seeing his people. That's all that's going on there. I don't know. And prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. We'll have footage of it. Old Man Walter is going to go there today, I think, and then I think Trump is supposed to be there tomorrow, I believe. Snook sent me a link. He's supposed to be there Wednesday, which I think is tomorrow, maybe, possibly. Yes. So we'll have footage of it. I don't know if we'll have Trump footage tomorrow in time for Coffee with Hooligans, but we'll compare, right? We'll compare. What was it like when Old Man Walter went to visit that place versus the Orange Eagles showing up? We'll go side-by-side comparison. And then KJP will come out and tell us our poll's lying, and we're like, our poll doesn't talk. It just gets hard and soft. That's all it does. Anyways, moving forward. I'm just reading through the chat really quick. That is the last video that we're going to show on YouTube. We have 2 more videos coming up. They're both Orange Eagle related. Trump was in South Carolina yesterday. I wasn't able to show it because I had some important stuff I had to do. So I wasn't able to show it, but when he was in South Carolina, he went to I don't know if it was an armory or a firearms store or something, but they had a Trump Glock. I think it has his face etched into it. I haven't found a solid picture yet. I'll try and find one here in a second so we can see what's actually on the gun itself. But it's either the store owner or somebody important holding the gun in a safe manner, with taking pictures with the president, Secret Service, sweating bullets, of course, all that stuff. Can't show firearms on YouTube because of community guidelines, which is why we're not showing it. It's just something cool. President doing presidential stuff. But then we have a second video that talks about how the soft and stupid people had their finger on the button ready to call 911 because Trump is on bond for felonies and he is not allowed to purchase or possess firearms at this time. And so when they saw the video, they didn't feel the heartwarming American goodness that we all feel when we see Trump doing president stuff. They felt soft and scared. They crapped their man-pon out, and they were ready to call the police on Trump over possible purchase of a firearm. And I guess it's a big deal because Trump deleted his messages from Truth Social talking about how he wanted to purchase that pistol and whatnot. But anyways, we'll be getting into that in a second. I'm still reading through the chat. If you are on YouTube, you need to leave YouTube right now. Click the link that is pinned to the top of the chat to make your way over to the Rumble Live that is live right now. For everybody else, we are currently live on Twitch, Kick, Odyssey, Rumble, and jeffmaclive.com. If you would like to check out any of those platforms, just click the Linktree link in the description and head to any of those platforms right now. Check them all out if you haven't, and go ahead and find the spot that's most comfortable for you. We're going to be cutting off YouTube in just a moment. You know what's really weird is how all that stuff is really quieted down. I'm reading through a chat here. Glimmer of Freak talking about man-pons. You notice how that calmed down? We don't hear about that so much now. There hasn't been a whole lot of talk of people turning the wiener inside out. The whole man-pon thing. What about pregnant men? Where did all that go? That was like a really big deal a few months ago, and now they ain't talking about it. Like Maui. They haven't really been talking about that either. Snook sent me a video on it. It was a little bit long. I guess they're allowing the residents to go back to their homes now, but they're all wearing like hazmat suits and stuff. I don't know. They got to build the rich people their mansions first. DK, yeah, you're absolutely right. You are absolutely right. I bet we have 1,000 hours of covering that kind of content. We covered all the hearings live. The Rosa got that Trump trigger. I'm saying, oh man, if they came out with a Trump trigger, Congress and all them, they'd be sitting there with their big poster boards talking about the scary stuff like the bump stocks and all that, describing it all ass backwards. That would be something. Thank you so much, Mr. Beansy Beans, for the bits over on Twitch. And I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Biden should be thinking Walmart as his future job. They have a huge diaper changing station at Walmart. See, that'd be the spot for him. And they got chairs and stuff now, at least at the Walmart in Ludington. Those people are sitting. They are not standing. They are sitting there. So, I mean, it'd be perfect for old man Walter. What's up, Soul For Real? Happy freedom. All right, hooligans, we are ending the live over on YouTube to move forward with the Trump goodness. Everybody else, just hold your horses. Hopefully they're not the racist kind. It's border horses, they'll get you. unless you're here illegally.